Hi, I'm Mary Lou Savino with BFit Physical Therapy and Pilates, and today I'm going to talk about what the core muscles actually are, and I'm going to show you some core exercises, some basic Pilates core exercises. So when we talk about core, we hear this buzzword, core. What is our core? So the thing to know about your core is that it's actually deeper muscles. Think about the core of an apple or like a piston in a car, okay? So we have our big muscles, the rectus abdominis, and then our internal and our external obliques. But below that we have the transverse abdominal muscle, which runs from the rib and the pelvis all the way around to the opposite side. That's the deeper abdominal muscle. It draws your organs and your spine in and up from the front. From behind, we've got a bunch of big muscles, but deeper in those structures in the spine is a series of muscles called the multifidus. And those muscles run in segments of 3 up along the sides of the spine. Again, very deep. These are deeper muscles now. And these muscles are segmentally stabilizing your spine. So they do segmental stabilization and some rotation. So they're important little muscles that have a tendency to get turned off and stop working, and then big muscles take over, and that can cause some back issues. The bottom of that piston or that core is really the hip rotating muscles. And so these are muscles that attach at the hip and the pelvis. They're kind of like a sling, like our pelvic floor muscles, and they lift, but they also rotate. So they do actions of lifting or flexing and rotating, or extending and rotating. Okay, so just to give you an idea of what those muscles actually do. And then the top of that piston or that core is actually your diaphragm. So that's why breath is important. So you have to be breathing while you're exercising in order for those muscles to work correctly and to work properly. So I'm going to start off by showing you an exercise called the 100. Okay, and this one really is about breath and stabilization. So for the 100, we come down on the back, and then we bring the legs up or away from the body depending on your stability level. And these can be bent and closer to the body. The farther away the legs are, the more difficult it is. So you have to be careful that you're not arching from your lower back. You've got to keep that back down and flat, okay? So legs might be here, legs might be here, and if you need to, you can put your legs on a ball or a chair. So I'm going to show you from this position. Head, neck, and shoulders are going to elevate. If that's uncomfortable, then you're going to get a ball or a pillow and put it there for support. So this exercise is going to bring the arms down. You're going to pump the arms 5 times as you inhale and 5 times as you exhale for a count of 10. So it's inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to do that 10 times, okay? So it's 10 breaths, 10 times. That's why they call it the 100. So that's a good starting point. And again, you just want to be careful of the neck and shoulders, and you want to be careful not to arch out your lower back. You want to be drawing in and up from your abdomen, and make sure that you're using the correct muscles. If you feel neck strain or back strain, then you're not doing it correctly. You need to modify or adjust that. So when we talk about the abdominal series in Pilates, we start with the single leg stretch. They call it a single leg stretch for this abdominal exercise. We come down on the back. One leg extends away from the body. The other one comes up in a tabletop position. One hand to the inside of the knee, the other hand reaching more towards the calf and the ankle. So from here, again, lifting or getting some support, and then alternating smooth, controlled moves. Exercise. Breath is either a single breath or a double. Whatever's more comfortable. As long as the movement is slow and controlled, okay? And again, you want to make sure that you're not feeling any back strain or that you're not feeling any neck strain. If you're feeling back strain, then you want to get your legs a little bit higher in the air to do that exercise. So from there, these exercises progress. So the second one in this series is the double leg stretch. So you start off on your back. Both legs are in tabletop position. Hands reach to the outsides of the legs. Head, neck, and shoulders are elevated. You're going to inhale, open, away, and exhale, draw back in. Inhale, open, exhale, in. And you're just going to do 10 of these. You don't need to do too many repetitions because you're doing 5 in this series. So each exercise is only about 10 repetitions because they build as you go. So again, building on this progression, it then moves to single leg stretch. So this is going to be a straight leg exercise versus the first one where we had the knees bent. So one leg extends away, it's nice and long, it's like you're reaching all the way out through the leg and the foot. Other one is reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. And again, you're going to try and reach towards the calf. I'm lifting the head, looking towards my center, and then switch, exhale. Again, smooth, controlled movement, single breath or double breath. And again, do 10 of those for each side, so maybe a total of 20. If you can't do 20, then just start with alternating for 10 and you can build from there. So this progresses into what they call double straight leg stretch. Gets a little bit harder, the exercises get a little bit harder as they go. So again, we start on the back, legs come up, we zip those inner thighs together. If you need support at your lower back, you can bring your hands underneath it for some support. Head, neck, and shoulders elevate, looking towards that center. Inhale away, and you exhale up. So you're moving the legs away from the body without arching your lower back. So you might only go this far, you can keep it small. It really depends on your stability level. Okay? So it doesn't need to be big, you need to do it correctly, you need to do it smooth, you need to do it with control. All right? And so the last one in this series is actually what they call crisscross. It's kind of like the bicycle exercise that people see, but much more precise. So we are not worried about bringing our elbow all the way across. This one is a nice controlled rotation from your torso, from the top. So if it's too big and you're shifting too much, it's not going to be as effective. So slow and controlled. So it starts off with one leg extended away, the other one back in tabletop position, hands come behind the head, we're rotated towards that bent knee, and then we just switch and exhale. And I'm looking where I'm going. So in other words, as I'm rotating over, my eyes are looking just past my leg. And this one can be done with a single breath or a double. And again, legs can go higher if it's too low and you feel strain in your lower back. All right, so that is the abdominal series in the Pilates mat exercise program. If you've got questions, just give us a call at 630-964-4008.